Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Hakimi Biazul Azli, and I'm going to present about Open Source Server Administration DFN50303 Problem Task File Sharing Service in Linux. Lecturer's name is Puan Norfida and Erwani binti Muhammad Syafiee. My team is consists of four people, which is Harish Venton, Balasina, Muhammad Razin, and Muhammad Ahmad Kimi, which is me. So for introduction, Innobyte Solutions Sedian Berhad is a growing startup company that specializes in digital content creation and multimedia design. The company's employees frequently collaborate on large projects that require them to share, edit, and restore and store files across multiple computers. Currently, the team depends on external storage devices such as USB drives and portable hard disks to exchange files. This method is inefficient, time-consuming, and exposes the company to risks such as data loss and unauthorized access. To improve the productivity and ensure the data security, the company has decided to implement an internal network-based file sharing system using an open source solution. This project focuses on setting up a Samba-based file sharing service on an OpenSUSE Linux server. The goal is to allow all users within the local network to easily share, modify, and manage files in the real time through a centralized server. This implementation will streamline collaboration, enhance security, and eliminate the need for physical file transfers. Through this task, students will gain an hands-on experience in installing and configuring Samba on OpenSUSE, managing user permissions and access controls, testing file sharing between Linux and Windows clients in a VirtualBox environment, documenting the setup process early for professional IT presentation purposes. This configuration not only provides a practical understanding on open source server administration but also demonstrate on how open source tools can apply effectively in surprise environment to support teamwork and data management. Okay, and objective. The main objective of this project is to design and configure the efficient file sharing service using open source server or software and on the OpenSUSE Linux platform. This implementation aims to replace the company's outdated manual file transfer method with a secure and centralized network-based solution. By setting up a Samba server, all users in the local network can access, modify, and manage shared files easily, proving the team collaboration and workflow efficiency. Okay, for on preparation NFS client and NFS server. So first we need to download and insert the name, which is consists of our name, Harish Bala Razin and Amir. And the type is Linux, subtype is OpenSUSE, and version is OpenSUSE 64-bit. Install the file sharing services, both client and server terminals, and verify the installation. SU, super user, CD, RPM QNFS, you need to insert the install and you will check whether package has been installed. And there's server, super user mode, and you type the RPM minus Q EAS 2 NFS server and it will show you that the package has been installed. Okay, second, server. CD, and then you type the command and there will be an interface that shows you a download. And lastly, super user password CD, and you go on client and you type the command and you will see the package has been installed.
Yeah, I'm Harish Winton. So right now I'm going to continue with the server IP address. So the server IP address 192.168.179.11. You can check this by clicking on the server if config the command. And also the client IP address is 192.168.179 and 12. Next is to perform a configuration terminal. Configure all the steps for file sharing on the NFS server system. Startup links for the and start. As you can see, so first you need to put the command is service rpc bind restart service NFS server start service NFS start. Then chk config add rpc bind, and also chk config add nfs server, then chk config add nfs. As you can see, the things all are showing there, the on over the picture and screenshot. Next is make a directory slash data saver on nfs server access to client to modify the etc expert where we can export our nfs. We specify var nfs on this nfs shell to tell the nfs to make home as root. As we can see, when we create mkdir slash data server, and also vi etc export for exports, and also we need to configure with client IP address. As you can know, the IP address just type in this, and also we can see the what we are type inside the file. So as you can see, I just type the IP address and some the command for it. Next is whenever we modify etc slash export, we must run export a to save all the files. Okay, step 3, perform the configuration server and client terminal. Configure all the steps for turn off the firewall for mount server and client server. Stop firewall, first is stop firewall, 2 int stop service firewall, service firewall underscore stop. Next is to prevent it to automatic load, we need to type service to say firewall setup off, and next is service to say firewall int off. And also we need to know the status of it. To verify it's fully stopped, we need to what service for firewall setup status. As you can see, it's showing that. And also service firewall int status is uh, un is unset. That means the firewall is stopped on the server. Next, my friend will continue with client server. Thank you.
For client, stop the firewall service. We need to put service to say firewall init stop and service to say firewall setup stop. To prevent it on automatically, we need to put service to say firewall init off and service to say firewall setup off. To verify the firewall is stopped, we need to put service to say firewall init status. As you can see the output, the activation is in dead. So the next is we need to put service to say firewall setup status. Number 4 is perform the configuration in client terminal. Configure all the steps for file sharing service. Mounting the NFS share on the client. Create the directories where we want to mount the NFS. Try to create test file on the NFS share. So first we need to put mkdir data client and touch data client. After that, we need to put ls space dash l, and so the output you can see totally 32. Check mounted folder from server successful or not in the client terminal. So in client terminal we need to put show mount space dash e 192.168.179.11. Mount the folder on client terminal to the server as follow. You should now see the two NFS share in the output. So in data client we need to put mount 192.168.179.11 for data server and data client. And next we need to put df space dash h for the output. So you can see the output that we have created for the data server and data client. Number five, set file permission to allow changes on data server directory on the server.
On the server, set the file permission to allow changes on data server directory. For the server, we need to put chmod 777 data server, and for the client, we need to put touch data client Ossa pbt client1.txt. Number 6, perform a testing for the file sharing in server terminal. So in server, we need to put cd data server, and next we need to put ls space dash l for the output. So the output will be Ossa pbt client1.txt that we are created on client terminal. Number 7 is perform a testing for the file sharing in client and server terminal. So the first one is file created in client. In client server, we need to create two files. So we need to put cd first, and next we need to put touch data client Ossa pbt client2.txt. Same as above, we need to create another file. So we need to create client3.txt, and then we go to the server terminal and we write ls space dash l, so the output will become, so the output will be got four file that we have created in client server. Next is file created in server. So we need first we need to create two files in server terminal. So we need to put cd, and next touch data server slash osa pbt server1.txt, and the next is same also. We need to create a file server2.txt. The next is client output. In client terminal, we need to put cd data client, and next is ls space dash l. So you can see the output. They got two files that were created in server terminal.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Razin. Today I will present about modify OSA. Modify the file sharing access mode for both client server, so that file can be used in server. Change the command is change to h mode 666 data server in server to the client for view the change. And uh, on Linux, okay, we can put our in our VirtualBox, we can put our command chmod slash data server. Okay, next, uh, uh, for number 9, perform modification for one of file using server terminal. Example is input the text. This file create in client computer and edited in server computer. Okay, after we put our command and we'll come out the output lah. It is ensure the file create is in client computer and edited is server computer.
Okay, now I will tell about verify the file content can be viewed using client terminal and server terminal. Okay, for the content file, and we can put our command is cat slash dash client slash osa underscore pbt underscore client 3.txt, and then the output will come out the file is created in client computer and edited in server computer. Okay, for next, and for server on VirtualBox on server, we can must put our command cat slash data server slash osa pbt underscore pbt underscore client 3.txt, and the command will come out the file is created in client computer and edited in server computer. Okay, now I will talk about server history. Verification for all the configuration. We all our installation and our command all will come out on our server history. The command is history, and we can see all our history of command, of installation, of example like yes2 slash 1 yes2 dot nfs dot server, and others and there vi slash etc slash export. Okay, now for our next as and for server history, we can see all the command until down about all our installation and our command. I will tell about our client history, and the command is history, and we can see all our command. Example, our cd, ipconfig, server, suse, firewall, cd, ls, all our command. Now I will tell about our client history. Okay, and then we the command we command until first our installation until our end installation. Okay, now we tell about our conclusion. In the conclusion, the NFS server client setup was successfully implemented on OpenSUSE, enabling seamless file sharing across to the local network. The share directly was exported from the server and mounted on the client system without any error. Throughout the process, various installation services such as Republic and NFS server were configured. The /etc/ASPART file was properly edited and the firewall settings were adjusted to allow network communication. The implementation proved if effective. Any file created or modified on the system was immediately visible on the others, confirming that the setup functioned correctly. Additionally, these tasks provide valuable troubleshooting experience, particularly in starting NFS service and testing network connectivity. Overall, this exercise serves as a practical and insightful introduction to Linux system administration, network configuration, and NFS-based file sharing, reinforcing key concepts in centralized and reliable data management. And lastly, thank you and end our presentation with nice. Sorry for any mistake from me, Harish Menton, Balaksena, and Ame Hakimi. Thank you.